Yeah, Tony's a stud. I've mentioned it several times. He was maybe one of the first big recruits that we landed, I think, in about a week's time. In the summer of 2015, we got Preston, we got Donta, and we got Tony. I actually think Donta and Tony visited on the same day. Is that right, Tony? Yeah. And we thought he'd be a two-way player. He was a really good pitcher as well. Had a good freshman season for us. Rough start last year, but I think he went to work. And when he wasn't in the lineup for a period of time this year, there was no moping, feeling sorry for himself. He knew he had to get better, put in the right kind of work. And I can't remember I believe it was against Utah or USC. There was a couple at bats where it looked like he found something and like all that work had started to click. And then he realized he's as good as I think he is. And now he carries himself that way and he takes those types of at bats. And I'm the least surprised person probably of anybody.
Not that you want to fall behind in a game, but it happened a week ago and you were able to rally. You've rallied several times during the season. Do you think those experiences helped you tonight?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we were totally poised. I thought, Chase really wanted to come out and set a good tone. I actually thought he pitched pretty good, to be honest with you. There's a couple mistakes. It never really got off the rails for him, though. So I'm really proud of him. I'm proud of the team's response. With that being said, again, I'm not surprised. I mean, we want to play in character. That's something that's really important to me. And I thought it was just another example of the character of our team.
Sure. Chase, it seemed like he featured his breaking ball a little bit more tonight. Was that maybe an adjustment he made from last week?
A little bit. I mean, he worked on a few things throughout the week. I think you got to look at that lineup, and they're a good lineup. They're hitting balls out of the stadium last weekend on a pretty regular basis, a lot of double-digit games, and, they seem to hit a fastball that's a mistake right down the middle pretty well, and they did that early in the game, and so he did a nice job of getting them off the fastball.
And then with Riley, we have never wavered from using him in these high-leverage situations as a true freshman. But what point did you realize he's got maybe a special makeup that would enable him to excel in those situations?
Really in recruiting, and that's the truth. I went and I saw him one time, and I was like, hey, it was like, we got to get this guy from my assistants, both of them at the time. Like, we got to get Riley Cooper. And I went and watched him, and I watched the stuff, and I was kind of like, he's pretty good. He spins his breaking ball up there. He throws strikes. And then, but I had to go back for kind of a second look and a third look. And there was just something different with the competitiveness. I used to joke with him, he'd always give up a hit an inning, but nobody would ever score. And part of that was he was a strike thrower, and then part of it was his ability to bear down and limit damage in innings. And so he's got total poise, total control. He's a great competitor. And I've mentioned this before. If you look at his high school statistics, nobody crossed home plate, and really hadn't been that different in the situations we brought him in.
I believe you guys only struck out 4 times, and Ole Miss was coming in about 11, 12 per 9 innings. It's the fewest they've given up in a game. What was it in particular that your guys were doing? Were they just trying to foul off the close ones and just look for the best approach?
I'll credit their focus. I'll credit their competitiveness. I'll credit their deliberate approach to what we were doing. And again, it's something I'm not surprised about. Excellent pitching staff. Both guys that they threw tonight have strikeout ability in Diamond and Myers. And then I'm missing the last guy's name. I think it's Johnson, actually. I mean, he's up to 97 miles an hour, so that's big-time stuff. Out of all 3 of those guys, I thought our guys just really competed really hard.
And so you'll be facing the Casey tomorrow, which comes with that strikeout reputation. Is it just a matter of continuing to take that same approach?
Well, I mean, he'll be the 3rd All-American pitcher that we've seen in the NCAA tournament. Doug's a great competitor, great pitcher. Features 4 pitches at times, and it'll be good competitive battle, and we're gonna have to be on it and be focused and competitive like we were tonight.
Yeah, I asked this question to Jay, but do you feel like last Friday when you fell behind and were able to come back, and then previous rallies this season helped you guys tonight when you fell behind 3-0?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I know like everyone on this team are great competitors, and they grind no matter what's thrown in front of us. So I knew when we were down, we'd come back.
Sure. Jay said that he's always known that you've had this in you, but maybe it took a little bit of time for you to believe in yourself to the same level. Is that an accurate assessment?
Well, I believe in myself. It's just tough when I'm not getting the opportunities, but I'm glad I'm able to provide for the team and help the team win.
Sure. I think we've asked you about this earlier in the season, but like, what was your mindset and your mentality when you weren't starting regularly?
It obviously sucks, but I'm just, like I said, supporting the team. As long as we're winning, that's all I really care about, to be honest.
You've played probably, I don't know, 50, 60 games at High Corbett Field. How would you describe the atmosphere and environment tonight?
Oh, it's electric. The fans are like another teammate, you could say, like the 12th man the Seahawks have, I think, in football. So, yeah, it makes us want to play more, and it gives us great energy to keep moving forward.
Like, how awesome is it to have seen the progression of the defense, that even with the offense getting so much runs, the defense minimizes the opponent as well?
Oh, it's great. And it definitely helps our pitchers out, too, knowing that they can trust us out there with pop flies or ground balls. So being able to get those plays are huge for not only the pitchers but the entire team.
And then, as previously noted, you guys will be facing one of the best pitchers in the country tomorrow, especially known for strikeouts. So after coming off such a hot night as this, your offense, what is it you feel that you guys should keep doing to continue your success for tomorrow to close it out and then head to Omaha potentially?
Just sticking to our approach, not try to overthink it, and just keep going. Get our sleep tonight, eat well tomorrow, and keep going.
Yeah, you've been oftentimes the first guy out of the pen lately. It was that way in the first regional game coming in for Chase. As this season's gone on and you've been getting those better opportunities, I mean, what do you think that says about what the coaches think of you?
I like to think they think of me good now, and I just love having the opportunity to go in and help the team win.
Is there anything in particular that you've changed with your throwing or with your approach in these last few weeks that has allowed you to get involved in more and more games?
No, I think it's just more of a mentality thing, just going in and being confident and trusting my defense behind me.
So you entered the game there in the fifth inning. The score is tied, 2 runners on base, huge crowd, big moment. What's your strategy or your mentality in that situation?
Just to play it like it's just another game, not try to put anything too much on it, and just go do what I'm supposed to do out there.
So is that hard to do, given the circumstances?
No, I really trust my defense behind me, so it's just all about executing pitches and trusting everything that Yeski calls for us.